Okay, this video is going to be on a set of boots I came across because I was trying to find more pairs of these, the Gore-Tex boots, Kimchi Matterhorns. These are getting harder to find on the market. There's just not that many of these left since the military retired the black boots. So these are getting harder to find. But something you will find on the market, the surplus market for cold weather boots, is these. There's lots of them out there. These are USGI, N as in November, 1B as in Bravo, extreme cold weather Mukluk boots. Now I can't find a hell of a lot of information on them, and I've looked. When you do a search on them, about all you find is videos of people trying them out on YouTube and different surplus stores that had them for sale, but their supply kind of ran out. But you can still find these on Amazon and also eBay. Now, what little info I was able to find out. These apparently were a contract request by the US Air Force either in 1976 or the early 1990s. I'm getting conflicting information saying both. But either way, they've been around for a while, so around 30 years, possibly about 45, give or take. Price on these for just the boots themselves without the liners, you can get them for $20. On eBay, that's without shipping. Now, this is part of a set. You have your outer boot, which has a rubber lower, and it feels like there's something stiffer inside, either a stiffer piece of rubber with more rubber that was poured over it. Similar tread to what was on the Mickey Mouse boots and the earlier bunny boots. So it's kind of a pack boot style. It's a regular standard canvas upper. You have just 5 eyelets on this one for laces. And then you have a full length zipper. And this boot goes up to around your calf, maybe behind your calf, depending on your height. Now, on the inside of the boot, like I said, it's supposed to have a liner. This is the issue liner. The person I got the boots from still had them. And the liners are sized, the boots are sized, but it's not the same way you're used to in military boots. Where with this stuff, it was corresponding to your standard boot size, whether you're a 9, a 10, a 11, 12, whatever, and then your wides, narrows, regulars, extra wides. These are sized in small to extra large, and the liners are also. From what I read, you're supposed to have, in the worst conditions, essentially 3 layers of liners inside the boot. Your first layer, from what I can find out, is your standard issue boot sock. And then over that, you put another pair of socks, preferably a thicker cold weather sock. Then you put your feet inside the wool liner, which is inside the boot. These boots are supposed to go underneath either your field pants or your Gore-Tex trousers. So they would come down, you'd zip the sides, and they'd be cuffed off somewhere down in here. Then this zipper is protected inside the pant leg, so it shouldn't come down. I'd recommend, after you tie them off, tuck in the laces to keep them from hanging to the side, possibly catching and getting untied. I probably wouldn't recommend double tying them because they could freeze up. So just be aware. But if you size it right, where you can just slip them on and off, where the only way you have to put them on is that you need to use to put them on is the zipper, You can pre-tie these and then tuck them in. Then maybe go through double time then, because it's not going to matter as much. Now for cleaning and on these, it says to use a mild soap or detergent. I would not put them inside a washing machine. I would probably wash them in some type of wash basin or inside your bathtub. Use a soft bristle brush if you got any type of mud or stain or something on it. Maybe use a little bit of Simple Green if it's some type of grease to get it out. Clean it up that way, and you need to let them air dry fully before you use them again. These boots should breathe because of being the canvas uppers here, unlike the old Mickey Mouse boots, which were rubberized. The only way you got the sweat out from inside the boot was either take it off and pour the sweat out, or you would roll the top of your boot socks over the top of the Mickey Mouse boot and then it would wick it out. With these, your socks are going to pull the moisture away from your feet. It'll go to the canvas outer here and then it'll get sucked out by the cold, dry air. I have come across a lot of questions on like survivalist sites and that stuff where they've asked people about these, and they said you can use pretty much any type of liner inside here that you want. Doesn't have to be just the US issue wool liner. You can use any other type of cold weather boot liner, but still they recommended doing the single pair of socks or double pair of socks with your regular boot sock inside, then a thicker colder over that. Should mention here the size range that these are supposed to cover. You're not going to find a sizing chart. I tried, it's a pain in the butt. Just go off a best guess. But the smallest size I came down to that this is supposed to cover is like a 6.5 male, and the largest I saw mentioned on the extra large set was a 14. So you got a large range in there. Each size, the extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large, each boot size is supposed to cover like 2 sets or two sizes of boots. So this one I got here is the medium set because that was the cheapest I came across. I'm going to try getting a few more of these. And I think it said the rough boot size that this is supposed to be is somewhere around an 8 to a 10 in your standard combat boot for sizing. So yeah, I'm going to give these a try here when we actually get more snow and it finally gets colder in my area and see how they work. They're fairly cheap. They're easier to get a hold of. One safety note or general wear and care note. Everybody said do not use these boots on concrete because this will wear out quickly. Only use these in the woods, in the snow. Don't use them in the city. So if you're looking for one to just look cool walking around in a town, you know, just go with something like that because this can be used on concrete. But with the N1B boots, apparently this rubber is just not up to snuff for walking on any type of tarmac or concrete or asphalt for a long period of time. So I recommend them. I'm going to give them a try. They're designed for extremely cold. As for how cold, I don't know. I can't find anything on that. But my guess is since you're wearing or supposed to wear 3 sets of liners over your bare foot inside this thing, I'd say a good guess is maybe around 40 below, maybe even below that. You know, it just depends on the types of socks you use. So there you go. They don't cost much. Right now, as I said, the outer, I can find them for about $20. Some people have found them cheaper. And then the liners inside, whatever you can find that's a decent price that you like. So, recommended for cold weather boots for you. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot Militia movements, always remember, essayons.